We can also see how the relative pronoun can be used as the object of the verb in the relative clause. Details about Einstein that you may not know. Subject you, verb may not know, object that. Referring back to details about his life. Notice the object comes before the subject and the verb in the relative clause. So pay attention to this inversion. The subject, verb, object becomes object, subject, verb. And notice that this can only be done for VTs, verbs that are transitive. Latin, which he respected because of its emphasis on logic. Subject he, verb respected, object which, referring back to Latin. Notice again, the object relative pronoun comes before the subject and the transitive verb in the relative clause. Elsa, whom he eventually married, subject he, verb married. Whom did he marry? Whom, relative pronoun, object, referring back to Elsa. So notice again the it version, object, then the subject, and then the transitive verb. The relative pronoun can be possessive with the word whose, which must be followed by a noun or a noun phrase. A child whose interests included playing the violin and listening to classical music. So our subject is whose interests, the verb is included, and the object playing the violin and listening to classical music, two gerund objects. So we have the possessive with the subject followed by the verb. In this case it's transitive, but it doesn't have to be. So in this case it's transitive plus an object. We also see the relative pronoun replaces a prepositional phrase. We see the school where success was determined by one's ability to memorize facts. So this word where can also be understood as a school in which success was determined by one's ability to memorize facts. So the word where, which is a relative adverb actually, represents the prepositional phrase in which.